Well, hey guys, this is Lynna, and you're watching Lynna's Life. I'm going to close the window here, the sliding glass door, but I think I'm snowed in. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much today. The other day, I got the same situation. Same thing happened the other day, and it was basically stuck. Just stuck. There's no other way around it. Living in these climates, one needs to take into account the weather and what it can do. And right now, I'm looking at somewhere around 4 inches of new snow, I think. So, needless to say, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere today. Last time, I don't know if you guys saw pictures. I put some pictures up on YouTube, on my Facebook about trying to dig myself out. And I was literally stuck because my car is like really small. And it really doesn't have good traction. I thought I was smart by backing up and going up out because I know my car's front wheel drive, and that if I put the weight on the back, maybe it'll, I don't know, maybe it'll give me better traction. I don't know. So I tried that and I made it. I was feeling really good about myself. I was like, yes, I did it. And then all of a sudden you could see the tires spinning out, and they were just going, oh no. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. You can't do that. So needless to say, I was unsuccessful in being able to get myself to get out in a reasonable amount of time. But where there's a will, and I did have a will to leave, there is a way. So I just kind of I thought of it like, I used to ski, so I thought of it, okay, so if I climb up sideways, maybe sideways, it'll allow me to get some traction, and I had no snow shovel, so I had nothing at all, except for a new ice scraper and a little broom thing that it's on the end of it that I used, to wipe the snow off of my car. I had just gotten that last night or the night before at the grocery store because of the weather. And I was scraping with my Arizona scraper, and my Arizona scraper, it broke. So Arizona scrapers can't handle Central Washington snow. So anyway, needless to say, I said before, where there's a will, sorry. God, I got a frog in my throat. Probably. I've been singing though, so I think my voice is kind of tired. Hello, Earth to me. So anyway, I tried to figure it out. Try to figure out a way to get myself to get out. And so what I came up with was this side-to-side thing. And I looked like a fool because I had, God, I had my snow broom thing and ice scraper. And I knew that if I created some traction on the ground, that perhaps I can get, sweep the snow off the side, then maybe I could get some traction on my tires and get up the hill. Well, I must have looked a fool, but I did maybe 5 feet at a time and just went out in front of the car and went trying to scrape the snow off enough so that I could get to like some kind of traction. And then I would like roll my car forward, inching, sometimes going side to side, and it would get me like maybe another 10 feet. Then I would stop and I'd do it again. And I did that for an hour, I think. I did it for like an hour. And it was definitely an adventure. I'll say it was an adventure. I was, yeah, I made it out. I did. I made it out. My little car made it out. At one point, I thought maybe I could push it. It's so light. The car's so light. Maybe I could like push it along and get it to do its thing and stuff. But no, there'd be no traction, you know. And then the boots that I have bought, you know, recently, my friend joked about it. She laughed because she's like, Lynna, those like sky high, I mean, they are low heeled, so they're not like skanky or anything. Not to say that you're skanky if you wear high heel boots. Okay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they're not the type that are just like made to be looker kind of boots. She looked at me and she said, Lynna, and I'll show you the boots. I'll show you. Hold on. Okay. So this is one pair. Okay. These are flimsy. They're kind of dirty. They're flimsy, but they're so cute. They were only like $10 too at Target. And I thought, well, since I'm living here, I need to have boots. So I got these boots. See, they're not like high heeled or anything, but they go up like Catwoman or something, right? So, but they don't necessarily protect you. I mean, they're cute. I like them. I thought cold weather, okay, sure. These will work, right? They don't. They don't protect you from any kind of weather. This material is freezing as a low cut shoe and as a high top Catwoman boot. Okay, it doesn't protect you at all. So I found that out, and I had purchased some other boots again at the same Target sale, and I'll show you those. And these were like $12.99. And these are deceivingly, like deceptively, like one would think that they'd be warm, right? And they have a little heel on them. Hi, Giovanna. Hi. Yeah, thank you so much for your comments and stuff on Instagram and everything. I really do appreciate it. I just, going through these boots and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh. So they're cute. I like them. I mean, they're really super cute. They have a zipper on the side, and I mean, cuteness factor. Yeah. See, look, I mean, these are nice, right? But they're not warm either. I mean, they have a good sole on them, but they're not like warm boots. So I decided yesterday I was going to go for, like they had plowed my street and everything later eventually, but I made my way out and I went down to the city of Wenatchee, and I worked for Instacart, and I think I did that day. I did a little bit of door dashing and stuff. So I did that, and then as I was coming back home, it was the weather was not good. It was snowing. It was kind of dicey. So I decided, you know what? You're not going to go down that hill, just park it up on the top by the street by my mailbox. So that's what I did. I just parked it up on the street by my mailbox and left it there, and then got my things, and then kind of hiked my way down the side of the hill down to my condo and everything like that. And it was, oh, excuse me, I don't want to mess up my little rug. It was definitely an adventure. My condo actually does come with snow removal service included as part of my rent. So the thing is that I was so new to the area and the whole thing about snow removal that the guy who did it didn't put this place on the route. So I didn't get snow removal, right? So then I called my landlord and she said, yeah, you're supposed to get it if you get 2 inches or above, then you definitely are going to need it. And we're going to come out. So what I'm hoping is today, since the snow's let up, that there's a route going on and that they're going to get me out of here again, because I'd love to go to work, but I can't. Because why? Well, it's not an Arizona problem that I had a month or two ago. It is a Washington problem. I live in the mountains, and it's beautiful here. It really is. It's super, super, super gorge. I mean, like any time of the year, it's spectacular. And I know that you guys seen pictures, and I'm sure I'm going to share more pictures with you guys as time goes by. But maybe I can show you here, because I haven't done this in a while. So maybe give me a second to set up my photo sharing and possibly could show you. Okay, so I'm getting, okay, so share. Oh, you are, Giovanna, you're getting that too, huh? Yeah, people are getting blasted by weather and stuff, and it's go catch some fresh trout on the lake. I actually could, Landon, I'm sorry. I could actually do that. I mean, it's definitely, there's plenty of it out there. So I am going to look at, whoa, okay, I just shared, oops, that's not what I wanted to share. Hold on okay, so I'll show you what I'm talking about with regards to my car and stuff. And then I wanted to share with you guys a little bit more of my piano story. It's really cool, my piano story. But that is right outside my sliding glass door. That's not a picture that I took recently because obviously the snow's melted. But that is one of the views from my place. And I was going to share with you guys what I was talking about with, I got so many things to share with you guys. It's like crazy. I had some really good food. There's so many things. I don't even know where to begin sometimes. So anyways, let me show you. This is my drive down to my place, and oh boy, it's not, oops, did it? Okay, so those tracks are mine from my car. I went side to side to side woof, like this, right, the whole time, just doing that. Springtime, yeah. Haven't had snow for 3 years here, and last week it was crazy and super cold, says Lemon and Lime. I am so jelly. That's beautiful. You would be jelly. It is absolutely stunning. I'm telling you, when words can't even describe the beauty that I'm talking about. Um, Maybe I'll go back because I haven't really shared many pictures. Um, so maybe I'll just take a little step back in time and share with you guys things that have been taking place in my life for the last, I don't know, like maybe month or so, just to give you guys an idea of where I'm at, and just to attest to the faithfulness, really to the faithfulness of God, because it has been quite the journey for me in the last, oh my gosh, in the last month. It's been, I mean, it's like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's like, there's just no way to go around the fact that God has been orchestrating everything in my life, and that he has shown favor towards me in ways that I would never have thought were even possible. The Bible tells all of us that, um, for I know the plans that I have for you to bless you. If you want to read about it, Jeremiah 29:11. And it's just a remarkable understanding of the grace and the awesome love that God has for all of us. That he is not the God of pettiness, and he's not the God of like miserly living even. I mean, he's the God of the excess. He's the God of the extreme. He goes and blesses you. He creates not just one bird, but millions of species of different kinds of birds, and it's like people, they have the wrong impression about God. They think that he's like some kind of, I don't know, like that he's wild. He does outlandish things. He does things that, I mean, that you would never imagine. He's the God of the excess, So here's one of the last pictures. I was leaving. Yes, I will testify, because God is good. I mean, he is good. Look at how blessed you are. God's been so good to you. So happy for you. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the last pictures leaving. Whoa, hello, 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 hello. I'm trying to share just one picture, not a bunch. Okay, so it could have gone really bad for some reason. So that was one of the last pictures of leaving Arizona. I was leaving Arizona. I didn't know where I was going. I had no concept of what was going to happen. I mean, no concept at all. In Arizona, it's been a good experience for me. I did have a good time, just being able to be there and stuff like that. And it was a nice place to make a home and everything. But everything has its time, everything has its moment, and Arizona's time and moment had basically dried out for me. And I'm not here to really talk about all the things that went on with the relationship that I had. Those things are well documented. You guys, like, I'm sure ad nauseum have heard me talk about that kind of stuff. But this is a beautiful place. It's called Superstition Mountain. It was the view that I woke up to every day when I lived in Arizona. And I will say that it is sunny in Arizona, and it is quite nice to be able to have, the sun more often, but it comes with a price, because it got super, super, I mean, incredibly hot there. I was absolutely, what's to say? I was absolutely like burning, literally burning. So this is me when I was just about leaving. Not quite sure where I was going to go, not quite sure what was going to happen, had my things packed up again for the umpteenth millionth time. It's like, we've done this before, people. I mean, I have moved so many times. I feel like I'm one of those, like, I don't know, like I don't have a place to live, up until recently, that I've never really had a place to call home. And everything has just been kind of crazy in my life. I was able to connect with my find some pictures about my kids and everything. So although I don't have a communication with them that's positive, I was able to find some pictures from, say, like my second oldest son. He's like a offensive lineman in a football team, and I'm not going to show his face, but I will show this kid's. I mean, when I say I don't know how huge he is, how he got so big, but yeah, he's big. 6'4", 250 pounds, offensive lineman. Yeah, he's a big boy. I don't know how that all happened. Do you have snow at Spain? I've never seen that in my life. We don't have snow in Africa. Yeah, I'm not in Spain, actually. I'm sure there are portions of Spain that do have snow. I wouldn't know, though. I would love to visit there someday. And I wrote something early on when I was on the journey, made me very contemplative and everything. And I was just, kind of in the middle of life again. Not quite sure where life was going to take me, not quite positive about what was going to happen. And I said this: sometimes something very beautiful happens when God becomes your only option. And that's what happened. That's what happened this past month. God became my only option. My future was in doubt. I didn't know where I was going to live. I knew that what I had going for the last 6 years it just wasn't real. I look back at that time, and I'm not going to fault the person that I was with for anything in particular, but it was definitely not meant to be. I think in my life, I could have gone without this massive detour of 6 years in my life, because at the end of the day, when I look at everything that took place, when I look at all the things that happened within that time frame, I can't really take a lot of positivity out of it. I can take a lot of negativity out of it, from it. And those are the things that, it's like, those are the things that concern me. Hold on. I'm a lighting freak, so hold on a second. Okay, let's see. Let's bring some more warmth into the room. Get rid of some of the daylight so we have a little bit more ambiance and lighting. And I don't know if that's better. I don't know if it's, but I think it's darker now. Hold on. I'll fix it again. Okay, let's see. Overall brightness. That might help. Okay. So anyway, before I got distracted, as a production person from the past, I get distracted by things like that. I do see how in my journey I have been all over the map and questioned God and asked if he was gonna, be faithful when I couldn't figure things out, and if he would reveal himself to me. Although the struggle was great. The struggle was great. But there's this one song that I recently recorded, actually, because I have my keyboard here. I'm going to do a little detour here because I have a keyboard. I've had that keyboard now for several years. It's basically a keyboard that I had gotten a long time ago. And then in the accident and everything, and then when we moved and stuff from Fort Lauderdale, I sold it. And then I found one that was very similar to it. And it plays kind of like similar. But I was going to share with you guys. I'm like all over the place today. So sorry, you guys. But I wanted to share a song with you, right? Because I am a musical person. And my gifts and talents and, my abilities to be able to share, my life, I don't know, they took a back seat the last 6 years, and it's been very difficult to share me, right? I mean, because, let me see, Landon wrote, Maritza, I didn't mean to say the name, but okay, meant well and was there for you when you needed someone. I think that you just wanted to be faithful to her for that. I admire that you tried. Landon, I agree with you on that. When I got injured and I got hurt, and there was nobody around. There was not one soul that from my family, and I'm not saying this because I'm bitter, because I'm not. I'm over it. I think that everything happens for a reason and everything. But when M came into my life at that point, I was very much a emotional mess. I was just so, oh my gosh, I was battling so many different things on so many fronts. I was still getting divorced. I had custody issues with my kids. I had that accident. There were so many things. So when M dropped everything that M was doing and came to be with and came to get me, I was very grateful. But it didn't take more than a month to realize that we were so far different from each other. I mean, Landon, you know what kind of person I am, right? I mean, was I the kind of person who was really frugal? Was I the kind of person that didn't like to spend money or anything? I don't think I was that person. I mean, I've always liked things. I guess call me materialistic or whatever, but I came from Southern California, and it's the land of the Joneses and stuff. I mean, everybody has stuff, and not to say that it's right, not to say that it's okay, to be materialistic. But yeah, I was. And I continue to be, to a certain degree, materialistic because, I mean, I like having a Bluetooth speaker, and I like eating out of nice dishes and things. I like having a life here on the lake. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not in me to be like a hippie frugal person. And M was that. And M, from the very first time when I was getting things out of my car, I was getting stuff that had been damaged and everything, the total, destruction of my car and stuff. I literally, I mean, we're talking some massive damage. And some of the video that I shot when I first got my car and I got to look at it, it was really devastating. I going back to those days, that car was totaled. that car was totaled to a degree that, I mean, I don't know if it's going to play, but that car was really messed up. And I had a lot of things in it. And I remember that one of the things that M wanted me to know was that maybe God allowed that to happen because you're so materialistic. Maybe you're not supposed to get your things out of the car. Maybe you're supposed to just leave it there. Maybe it's something that you learn your lesson because you're so materialistic that you have so many things that, God was showing you by taking it away from you, that this, that, or the other. And I remember we got in a first argument because I was devastated over the car. I was devastated over the damage and everything and how I survived, how I was I was able to survive it and to live through it and everything. And I really just, I was not at the moment where I wanted a lesson in being frugal. I was not at the point where, with a broken back, I wanted to hear someone tell me how irresponsible I was. It was, I mean, I think my ex did believe in God after the accident happened. And I think it would tell you that they have always been spiritual, that they've always been searching. But that video just doesn't want to play. But I do have plenty of pictures, right? Of that, crumpled up mess of a car. I mean, I saw these images and it just floored me that I actually survived it. My car was peeled open like a can opener, like a sardine can. That's the top roof of my car. I mean, and I don't mean to go back in time, but my head was supposed to, I don't know how I was able to manage. I don't know how I survived. So I was at that moment. It was in that moment that I was totally devastated to see my car for the first time. And I was being given a lesson on how to live within your means, And so I wanted to get certain things out. I had equipment. I had, I don't know what my mindset was at the time with regards to what I expected out of the trip down to New Mexico at that time. But it was something that I had random things. Like I had professional gear. Like if we were going to do videos and stuff, I had professional recorders and my Canon camera and gear and tripods and lights and stuff. So I had equipment, but I also had a lot of clothes that I had. But I left a bunch of stuff back in Minnesota. And my mindset is that had I really considered actually moving down there, I don't think I would have left my certain things like my bicycles and my piano. Like I had a big Clavinova. I mean, I don't think I would have left that because it was that important to me. I was just going down there because someone had expressed interest and I wanted to explore that and just to see what was going to happen, what was going to take place. So no, my jib had been sold by that time. So no, the jib was not in there. I mean, if the jib was in there, I couldn't have put anything else in there, right? So I had for instance, I had an Xbox that I was going to send my kids for Christmas and stuff. I still had yet to send that. So that was in there. I had some recording gear, for recording stuff with my Canon. And I remember that I was looking to get things out and he was like, "What now?" He literally, you could hear him on camera, "What now?" said. And I was like, "What do you mean, what now?" I mean, I don't want to argue with you right now. I just want you to help me. So he did. He helped me. And I say he because that's who I met. Okay, I don't mean any disrespect, but the person that I met was a he. So, or was living or portraying to be a he. And that's pretty much what I got throughout my entire marriage, was a he, an occasional she, you know, which is confusing, but that's for another story. It's another day. And I don't want to make this about anybody else. I do want to make this about my journey. And right now I'm in the process, before I even started this video, I'm in the process of deleting pictures because I'm not bitter, but I mean, I have pictures in other places, and I just don't think Facebook is the place for me to have pictures of like a life that wasn't really legit, a life that wasn't really real. So I'm in the process of deleting those memories, and you're going to see a much different Facebook from me. It's not going to have anything to do with the person I was with for the last 6 years. How do you erase 6 years of memories? Well, how do you eat an elephant, right? And if you're a vegan, how do you eat a big piece of tofu? A bite at a time. That's it. That's all you can do. So I'm taking chunks and little pieces, as time goes by. But I'm basically just trying to make sense. I think I'm suffering a little bit from like a post-traumatic stress. I mean, I was talking about this with my friend here in this area, and yeah, she's like, Lynna, it just seems like you're dealing with PTSD from those 6 years of feeling suppressed and unable. And singing is one of those things that's so precious to me. And there's this song, it's an old classic. I'm sure Landon would know it. It's a song that was sung by Andre Crouch years and years ago. And it's called Through It All. And I recently found this really cool app. It's called Band Lab. I don't know, probably Landon, you're a musician. You are familiar with probably recording stuff, and he's a great guitarist and singer and stuff. But I discovered this app, and I have my phone and my keyboard, and all I do is record it, right? And then I'll do a track and layer it after I record it. So the sound's not that great, but I'm learning. I'm learning, and I feel like there's a certain creativity level that I have now that wasn't there when I was in Arizona, that wasn't there in Portland, that wasn't in Fort Lauderdale, that wasn't in Silver City, New Mexico, that wasn't in all these different places that I've lived, and just wanted to share that with you guys. And it's let me see, is this it? There's one without vocals, like harmony. Okay, so here. This is all me. I played and I sang.
I've had many tears of sorrows. I've had questions about tomorrow. There's been times I didn't know right from wrong. But in every situation, God gave blessed consolation. That it's only through the trials weakness is made strong. I lot of places.
Okay, so
See
this
so
one,
many faces.
so this one
There's
is the
been
one.
times that
This is the one without the harmony. So I wanted to do the one that has the harmony because I worked on it. So let me see if I can find it. I think this is it.
I've had many tears of sorrows. I've had questions about tomorrow. There's been times I didn't know right from wrong. But in every situation, God gave us a consolation. And it's only through the trials weaknesses made strong. I've been out of places, seen so many faces. There's been times that I felt so all alone. In that lonely hour, that precious lonely hour, it's when He lets me know I am His own. Through it all, through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Oh, through it all, through it all, I've learned to depend on His word. I thank God for the mountains, thank Him for the valleys, thank Him for the storms that He's brought me through. If I never had a partner, wouldn't know that God could solve them, wouldn't know the one thing His word can do. Through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Oh, through it all, through it all, I've learned to depend on His word. I've learned to trust in God. Oh, through it all, through it all, I've learned to depend on His word. It tells the whole story right there. Been through a lot. Been through a lot of difficult trials and tribulations. Been through the ringer, so to speak. And I don't actually know why I'm on this journey. I certainly am not on it just because I felt like being on it. I'm on this journey because it's something that God had for me to be on. And I don't know if it's to learn a lesson. I don't know if it's for Him to share with me His grace and His abundant love for me. I honestly, I can't figure it out. I really can't. But I do know that through it all, God has been with me, and He has blessed me and given me so much. I am so abundantly grateful. I mean,
I just can't even begin to express to you guys just how amazing God is, because I literally have gotten my heart's desire in the last month. I got the ability to live on a lake with trout. Yeah, I have trout right out my front door. I have 240 feet of shoreline that is for me. I have a buoy out there that has my name on it. Landon says, glad you can finally express yourself and have an opinion. Not to bring up the past again, but to me, I could see in your face that you wanted to say something so many times but never were able. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I can't even begin to delve into the issues that were created by being with a person that was so far different from me. Not that he was wrong in being who he was. He wasn't. But I was me, and I had my universe to live in. I had my planet to occupy, and he had his. And the two planets never should have come crashing into each other. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Some people are just never meant to be or meet. And I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And certain things took place. I do know that as far as profession of faith and everything goes, through this situation, my faith has become stronger. Through this situation, actually believes in God and is serving God. I don't really follow their life at all. I'm not into like keeping up with them or wanting to know about anything. I've pretty much cut that person off of my life completely. No text, no Facebook Messenger, no phone calls, no, unless it's like a massive emergency. I literally do not have any interest in knowing anything about that person. And that's my prerogative. I think I've done it in a way that makes it so that it's not like done out of any kind of negativity. I mean, it's not done out of any kind of, like any angst or animosity or anything. It's just for my own healing, my own personal ability to heal. I mean, that's my desire, is to make new memories, have new friends, to encourage people, to share with them about the love of God, to give them, the ability to know that God loves them no matter what they look like, no matter what they do in their life, no matter how they present themselves, no matter what gender journey they're on. I mean, everybody has their opinion, but God's opinion is very high about all of us. And that is whether you're Hitler or whether you are, Mother Teresa. The love of God is the same for either of you. Curiosity maimed to cat, but God said, oh, no, you're not killing my child. I have saved her and set her free. People will be saved because of your story. I truly believe that. Praise Jesus. My story is unique. Okay. I don't encourage gender journeys. I really don't. I think they're rare in life to take this type of a extreme journey into one's own sense of self, that one would deny their masculine so much so that they would become more of the feminine essence that's within them. I don't understand it. Okay. I really don't. All I know is what I've been through. In the past 6 years, I have seen every iteration of life. I've been a part of so many different ways of expressing gender and living out one's life. And, I mean, in this past 6 years, I've had a husband for many of those years. I've had a wife for some of those years. For some weeks or something, because it really never lasted that long. But it's just been really, interesting, And at the end of the day, I just see how God is just blessing me. Recently, I so I know I also have always wanted to live in the mountains. That was always like a desire that I had, right? And I don't know, Landon knows, but there's an area in Southern California. It's called Lake Arrowhead, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area up in the mountains in Southern California. And I literally thought that, eventually I would find my way to living in a beautiful area like that. Well, that never happened. And I was wondering if that would ever happen for me. And when I was looking for places, I came across a place that had that potential. And I was really excited about the fact, but I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was something that would be for me. I mean, so I went to go look at it, and I saw this place, and I was like, wait a second, I can actually get that. That's my place. That's not my entire place. Hi, Techno Troubadour. That's my lower deck. The neighbor above me lives right there right now during the winter season. He's a fisherman. We met briefly. He's a really nice guy. Lives in Alaska for most of the time. And I'm like by myself, it's just him up there. I can hear him sometimes. I think he can hear me. We haven't really spent any time or anything like that, but he seemed nice enough. I got this really nice card from a friend. It says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." And that's a beautiful picture because that's what's important. It's not all the outside things. It's not the outward appearances or anything. It's what resides within us that gets called out during moments of challenge and moments of truth that one confronts and everything. And that was a card that I got the other day when my friend's friend gave that to me. Here's a picture that I took the other day of my location, and I'm telling you, look at that. I get to look at that every day. I seriously get to look at that every day. It's like, what in the world? How did God bless me like this so immensely that I'm actually able to see scenes that I would never have imagined were possible. Here's I got this quilt the other day at the Restore Habitat for Humanity store in Manson or in Chelan where I live, and it was $8.50 for that bedspread. It came with 2 shams, and they're all very detailed, very beautiful, very, very like Americana, unique. So many. I mean, okay, so I have this place. I got that wonderful bed set. I'm able to, oh yeah, the other day I went and I was working for DoorDash, and they gave me, like, the Indian restaurant, they were running out of food. I mean, not running out of food. They had a delivery that nobody picked up. So the guy asked me in his English, he's like, "You would you Indian food?" And I'm like, "Huh?" So I had to say it like 3, 4 times, and he said, "Do you like Indian food?" I said, "Yeah, I love Indian food. It's awesome." So he goes, "Here, it's yours. You can have it." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." Get in to show you what pole to get and how to catch those trout and whatever other fish are in there. Hey, homie, show me how to catch fish out of here. I could, yeah. Because he's like a native, right? I could probably say, hey, what kind of potion do you use to like throw on the water so that the fish just come rising up? Because that's how a lot of people fish in the native populations. So maybe I could ask them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I joined AARP recently. Because why? Because I'm 51. Yes, I'm 51. Here's some of my some of my meals that I prepared myself. Be a great icebreaker. Yeah, it would. Yeah, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that. So that's my oatmeal. Just have a good time making food. I made this was my Super Bowl Sunday meal, I think. It was like baked chicken and some of that leftover Indian bread. I mean, yeah, I'm just having a good time, just settling into my place, being able to just enjoy life. It's just so nice. Like, what do they call it? Nesting. I mean, I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm able to nest, in a place where I know that I'm going to be for a while, and then I'm not going to go away, and then I'm not going to be made to leave, or that life isn't going to change all abruptly. Some Puerto Rican food. I haven't had Puerto Rican food in quite some time, so I decided to make myself arroz con habichuelas, and the chicken was like a vegan chicken. I still kind of substitute vegan stuff in there every now and then, so it's really cool, but my friend found these plates for me, this dinnerware set. Oh, I want to show you the inside of my place. I moved the couch around. I was able to get more room. So yeah, so it's not a really like ornate place. It's pretty simple, but really simple, but nice, clean. I got a vacuum cleaner donated to me. What else did I get? These dishes. Yeah, I shared them with you guys the other day, but I got these dishes, this wonderful pattern. So I've been able to kind of put that theme on display in my place. I've got paintings coming. So and drum roll, please. I have something big coming this Friday. This Friday, I am going to be the proud owner of a 1917 Ludwig upright piano. Yeah. That is mine. I am getting my own upright piano. Yeah. I was like, what in the world? How did I get blessed enough? It's fully restored. It belonged to a woman who played for her whole life, and her husband and her would, they worked on restoring this beautiful, beautiful piece of art. That wood is like 100 years, over 100 years old, you guys. I mean, when I sat down to play it, right? Um, yes, you did call it. Yes, I did. I'm getting a piano. I'm getting a piano, a piano, like a real piano. So there's pianos that you play, and then there are pianos that play you, right? So you put your fingers on it, you start playing, and it's like it carries you, So this piano that I'm getting is like a 55-inch tall piano, and they call it an upright grand. Okay, and just to give you guys a clue as to how good and faithful God is, that He gives you your heart's desire, and that He's not a miser, right? I have always wanted a Yamaha baby grand. It's always been my desire. I remember when I got the Clavinova, I was like, oh, it's Yamaha. It's got some weighted keys on it, 88 keys. It's nice, but it's not a grand piano. I would trade anything for, the woman, her name was Carolyn Jean. She actually embroidered that pattern. She passed away, had cancer. She actually embroidered that pattern. I mean, she did the work on this. I mean, really phenomenal. I didn't know what I was stepping into when I got it. It was it was like, once I sat there and I started to play it, and I think that the widower, the gentleman that, he owned it, it belonged to his wife. And I don't think it had been played since she passed away. And I just played some, worshipy kind of music. And I think he was moved. It's like her piano came back to life, after 2 years. I don't, probably nobody's even played it. Weighted keys on real strings are everything, not into any ivory, but everything in context. Unbelievable. Wow is all I can say. That is gorgeous. Man, you are highly favored. I am speechless. I am speechless too, Lynn. And honestly, when I used to work with you over at Trinity, I used to take a sneak into Studio C and play the Bosendorfer that was there. And they had kind of thrashed it because they put some gold trim on it, and they kind of ruined the caliber of the wood, and the resonance that came from playing an instrument like that also comes from the wood that it is made out of, that it's encased in. And I was doing some reading, and this piano, it literally has strings that are as long as a grand piano. That's why they call it an upright grand. It's taller, so the strings have length to them, and that's what makes it an upright grand. And some say that it plays even better than a regular grand piano. I was like, how did this happen to me? I mean, it was only like maybe 3 weeks ago, or a month ago, I was in Arizona living in that little trailer, out in Apache Junction. I mean, and I'm grateful for everything, but now here I am here at Trout Lake. Yeah, this is a lake that has lots of fish in it. It's one of the deepest lakes in the world. It goes 50 miles from tip to tip. I mean, I could see across it, but I could never see across from the southern side to the northern side. It gets absolutely wild here. Absolutely wild. as you go further, like maybe 2 miles down, going north on Lake Chelan, looking it up, I mean, it's like massively, it's massively deep. So I imagine there's big, big fish in here, and that there's plenty of fish. so yeah, this gift that I've been given, it gets better. It literally gets better. It was going to cost maybe like 200. I think it was like 250 or something in order to deliver it, right? And they said, if you would go half, we'll go half. And then, and I was like, well, that's fair. I mean, it's a piano. It's really nice. Even if it wasn't super nice, it would have been a great deal because it was free, right? Free. So I was playing it, and then we left. I said that I'd take it. My friend and I were driving around back home, and she says, Lynna, you won't believe this. I go, what happened? Did you send the message to the guy's son, because he's the one that's been trying to coordinate it and everything? He was getting the bids in and everything for the movers and all that. And she goes, Lynna, you are not going to have to pay a dime, not 1 cent. They liked you so much. They wanted you to have it. And they knew that it was in the right place and given to the right person. So I talked to their son, and he is going to cover all the costs of moving it and setting it up. Nothing. Zero on my part. I just get to watch as 4 guys get to come up these stairs and huff it up in here and around the sliding glass door and park it right there, right in this area. I get a classic antique piano that's absolutely phenomenal. I can't even begin to tell you how it played me when I started playing it. It sounds so full, so like all encompassing, rich and warm. The wood is like 100 years old. So the resonance, it's like a finely aged wine. I mean, fully restored. Now tell me, does God curse me? No, far from it. I am living in blessings. I am living in blessings. God could only be the one. God could be the only one. I mean, there's no other excuse. There's no other reason. And, I'm speechless. What do you do with that? What do you do when so much favor is poured over you? And you understand that God does not find fault in you, but loves you. Oh my God, that is just a beautiful gesture. Wow, I am in shock. Unreal. The man was touched by you and wanted you to have it. Yes, it's God. I'm just like iced coffee at this point here, right? So yeah. So blessings flow in my life. I mean, I recently got a new toaster oven. I was going to show you guys. It's over there. $80 I paid on Craigslist, something that usually costs like, I don't know, a lot more. And I was able to find that. It cooks really nicely. It like has like I don't know how many. It even makes yogurt. I don't even know how it makes yogurt. It dehydrates things. It's an air fryer. It's a toaster. It's an oven. It bakes. It grills. It sears. Um, Yogurt. Yeah, slow roasts. It does pizza. It says all these things. It's like I've used it a few times and it makes everything super good. So all of that, just to say, I am blessed, you guys. I am blessed. Not to mention, I got my job with DoorDash and with Uber Eats, and I deliver food and goods to people as they need and stuff like that. And during this time of pandemic, I I really find a lot of satisfaction in being able to give people the ability to be safe. Um, I accepted a job the other day and I drove out to an area that was out in the middle of nowhere, really. It's like probably 20 minutes from the town of Wenatchee. And I told my friend, I said, I have to go back out to Kashmir. Kashmir, it's so far away. Why? And I was like kind of bummed out because certain jobs you can take, it's going to be a 2-mile delivery. It's like a 1 mile, 6 miles, not that bad, but 20 or 15, it gets kind of long. And when you leave the town, it gets kind of rural, right? It gets really rural, really fast. So I was making this delivery and I was complaining to my friend and I said, why did I accept this job? Well, when I was pulling up, I saw this home and I got this text and it was Instacart and they were texting me no, that's not it. Trying to see where. Okay. It was from a guy named Ray. And Ray is not well. He's hurt. And Ray told me, oh, somebody's knocking. I apologize that all my outdoor lights are out and I haven't been able to shovel the snowfall from today because I fell and broke my leg. Please let me know if you have any problems finding the place. And I found his place. And it had a ramp, a wheelchair ramp. See that wheelchair ramp? Oh, sorry. He can't get out. He can't go do the groceries on his own. He broke his leg recently. He didn't even have an ability to get lights on. And I was able to get him a whole week's worth of groceries and feel good about it because you're doing something that helps other people. And for so many years, I've been sitting on my duff, really. And sometimes I wonder why it took so long to be able to get out and to do something for others again. But for whatever reason, my ex didn't believe in work, I guess, or not that he was lazy or anything, but I don't know. I don't understand it all. So no problems if you can't make it, but let me know ASAP. Who is that? I'm not sure. Did they write something earlier? I was like, who are you? Who are you? Candace? I never heard of Candace. I don't know. It's kind of, this is YouTube, so you never know what's going on. So anyway, yeah. So I was like, this is worth it. God have me come all the way out to Kashmir to help this man get his groceries because he can't do it on his own. I mean, I felt so good about myself, thinking that, everything has its reason for being. Every situation in life has a reason for being. And if we don't go through the hard times, then, we won't know how faithful he is to us because he won't be able to prove himself, right? And if we don't go through the problems that we face, then we're going to never grow, because it's only when you fall and you pick yourself up and you're able to do the hard thing that you learn. And so, okay, so apparently this person, I'll just delete this message. Oh, I can't delete it. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and share with you guys how unbelievably grateful that I am to God for everything that has been taking place in my life recently. I am beyond blessed. I am beyond grateful. And I am very, very keenly aware of the goodness of God and how much he loves all of us. Yeah, he really does. So I will definitely keep you guys informed and updated about what happens later. Oh, not to mention my job. I love it. I have my own hours. I can go in whenever I want to. Given the fact with all the snow, it's pretty difficult sometimes because it has to be plowed, but hopefully they plowed it and I'll be able to get out today. Sometimes I just get out and do like a couple of jobs with Instacart where I get groceries for people at lately it's a store called Fred Meyer and our local Costco in Wenatchee that I'll end up working at. And then if I'm up to it, I'll do the driving delivery jobs like for DoorDash and Uber Eats. And I think I recently got signed up for Postmates, I think it's called. I'm still waiting to get background checked on that. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Thank you, Landon, for your suggestions about, asking that fisherman about how to catch fish out here, learning how to trout fish. It's going to be awesome. I know you're a fisherman too, right? That's what you do as well in the summer. I think you do, along with being a musician. But yeah, so in AA, they say that helping others is the key to being happy. They say, clean house, trust God, and help others. Sounds like you figured it out. Yeah, that's one way to not have to think about your issues is to just make others' issues more important, right? And to be able to help others in need. And yeah, that's what life is all about. If we could all just help each other out, right? If we could all just be kind to each other, if we could all just give each other what each other needs, when that's love, that's a shoulder, that's compassion, that's empathy, that's kindness, that's a look of acceptance. That's Jesus, basically. Thanks for the update. I love watching your vlogs and feel bad about some other thing I might have supported on your ex's channel in 2019, but I'm now a Christian and open-minded. Well, that's great. And I do wish my ex all the best with everything that she's doing these days. And although I don't stay updated or care to know exactly what's happening I do want her to succeed in being able to draw herself as close to God as she possibly can, and being used by God as a vessel of his grace and forgiveness. We're all on different journeys. We all have different paths to follow. And her journey and her path is different than mine. And we both acknowledge that. And that's fine. That's fine. It's nobody's fault. We're all learning. So, amen. Be kind. And if we all help each other, then everyone's needs will be met. Yeah. It's so simple. It could be so simple. Sometimes we complicate things, but being a good Samaritan is always a good thing. It's always better to give than it is to receive. And although I've been given a lot lately, I want to give. I want to give of what I have to others through music, through acts of kindness, through empathy, through compassion, through understanding, through non-judgmental behavior, and through just love, expressing love to people. Amen. Be kind and will. Oh, that's what Landon said. Sorry. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching another episode. This is kind of long. It's like an hour 21. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you guys soon. Maybe here, maybe outside, maybe, I don't know. You never know where you'll find me. I'm all over the place. All right, you guys. Love you guys. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.